Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to the new hero trailer, Hero 45 Lupa in Overwatch. The premiere already started. I actually already finished it. However, it was my initial watch through. I didn't say much of anything really. Please excuse the glare. It's early in the morning, obviously. So anyway, we're going to watch this, and this time I'm actually going to be able to give commentary on what I'm thinking. So without further ado, here we go. It's actually pretty fucking good. Right off her, but it seems like she's going to be going by Vendetta. Her nickname, as we will learn, is going to be La Lupa, but Vendetta is going to be the name. A lot of people aren't going to be happy about this, but she does seem to be another fairly attractive, younger looking character, so there's that.
Look at them, Papa. Look at them. I wish you were here to see their faces. The crowd. The lights. The spectacle. I've become quite the celebrity in the Colosseum. They have chosen me. They call me La Lupa, the wolf. And I'm their villain. At first, I hated it. Their cheers and jeers reminded me of the sycophants you surrounded yourself with. Weak men who leeched off of your greatness, picking the bones of everything you built, leaving me with nothing, surrounded by my enemies, alone. But you were preparing me for this, weren't you, Papa? In your way, you showed me that fear was a weapon. You helped me temper my wild and reckless nature with patience and guile. Taught me the value in knowing my enemy, in learning to turn their greatest strengths into their weaknesses. Even in death, you showed me the consequences of underestimating an adversary. I promise you, I won't repeat your mistakes. Look at me, Papa. This is no longer the face of your little girl. Your enemies are still my enemies. But I am so much more than you had the chance to see. My recklessness is now focused rage, and I finally embraced what I once hated. I am the wolf. I am La Lupa. They're right to fear me. They will respect me. This arena, this mob, this moment is all just a means to an end. Every lesson, every loss has been tallied and recorded. I will take back everything that was stolen from us. And I will use them to do it.
So okay, here's the thing, right? It's a really good hero trailer. I can't help but just like watch it and try to analyze and take it all in. Like even the second time through, I noticed things that I didn't notice on the first time. First things first, if you're thinking she's a DPS, you're tripping. You're on drugs. You aren't high on life. She is 1000% a tank. This is a tank. Now, with that being said, I had obvious concerns with her being a melee tank. With Reinhardt's saving grace is his shield. However, even then, they gave him so much armor because when his shield is down, he is nothing but a hitbox, right? So. And then when it comes to Doomfist being in the tank category, they had to give him the empowered block that directly impacts how much damage he can do. And then in time, they had to give him the ability to completely absorb projectiles through the perks. Historically, in my opinion, melee characters in Overwatch are extremely complicated and kind of just either busted or extremely weak. So I had obvious concerns for this character. You even look at a character like Brig, and she broke the game for majority of the time that she was even released. So melee characters in Overwatch are super, super risky, especially considering the fact that hit scan dominate this game. You have to think, okay, what are they going to give her in order to make her be able to compete with these ranged characters? And in a 5v5 format, we all know sustain and tanks has to be a thing. There are two things I noticed with her. Actually, a lot. There's three things I noticed with her that actually they kind of have me scratching my head. Now, before I do get into my critiques, I do want to say this. I love the hero design. I think she looks great. The nickname's great. The accent, the voice acting, the backstory. Oh my God, the backstory. I love that being rooted. It is kind of interesting considering Reaper's the one that killed her dad, and then somehow she's supposed to work with him or what? I don't know. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. But she clearly hates Overwatch, and I'm hoping that that's not going to be an obvious plot hole that they just kind of ignore, because it seems like that's going to be the case. Because I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. If these leaks are true, she ends up beating Doomfist, cutting his arm off, and taking his position. It's a little weird to me that she would go after the head of Talon being Doomfist when he had nothing to do with her father's death. That being Reaper. It makes more sense to me that she would try and take out Reaper and take his spot on the team, and then encourage Talon to go over Overwatch to go after people like Genji, Cass. Wasn't Moira a part of that mission as well? So I don't know. It's really interesting that she's willing to work with two people who actually were a part of that mission to take out her father, and then go after Doomfist. But regardless, those are the goods. You know, voice acting awesome, character model awesome, backstory awesome. I love the look, the weapon. Yes, I kind of wish she was a little more muscular. Whatever. I know a lot of people are gonna have an issue with that. I really don't give a crap. It is what it is. But yeah, let me get into her kit here. There was a few things that I said had me scratching my head, and one of them I believe she is about to do right here. So this right here, right? That right there. She has, again, assuming that, I don't know why she would do things in this trailer and not be a part of her kit. Now the shield or the sword block thing, that's fucking obvious. She's gonna have some form of block. I'm not tripping about that. And I mean, it's a huge shield, or it's a huge sword. I'm sure everybody was expecting her to use it to block. But this right here, this little shield slash melee, this thing right here, best way I can compare it would be like Magic in Marvel Rivals. I'm not tripping about it. I just think that it's funny that, again, in a shooter, like in a game like this, she has to have a range ability. She just has to. But that's only one of the many things that she has to have. I'm not mad, but it is a red flag that she has to have a range ability. But again, I'm not mad. I think it's cool. I think it's going to be fine. I think it is needed. But again, it is just, does a tank we'll see how much damage it does, because assuming it's not like Fire Strike where Reinhardt gets 2, if she only has 1, I want to know where that damage, what that damage is going to be at, and where else it's going to be allocated within her kit. No, I did say 3 things. I think the second thing that had me scratching my head was the block. Not really scratching my head though. It was more of something I expected and had me worried, because again, I was concerned with how is she going to mitigate damage. Obviously, she's going to be using her sword to block. But if that is her only source of damage mitigation, that works, because if I think of a character like Junker Queen, who has a similar build, she doesn't have any form of blocking. She more so just self-heals. So she looks like she's going to be a mix of like a Junker Queen play style mixed with like a I mean, I don't want to say Doomfist, but it's really the only other way I can kind of think to put it. So, and the way Doomfist, you know, mitigates damage is he blocks and that empowers him directly. I don't see her having a function like that, but as I'm about to get into, it looks like she has gadgets and technology, so maybe blocking damage with the sword is going to empower her in some way, maybe charge this range ability. But regardless, let's get into the next move that I'm honestly flat out against, and that's this shit right here. Again, I understand that they have to build these tanks around 5v5, or with 5v5 in mind, because that's their whole thing, and these tanks can't just be sitting there taking damage or whatever the case may be. They have to have some sort of mobility. I get that. This trailer portrays this ability, this rocket boost, jump, whatever, pretty fucking crazy. Obviously, she's not going to be hitting the skybox with it, I'd imagine. And shit, who knows? Maybe she only does this during her ultimate. Regardless, I don't want my tank doing this in Overwatch. I don't want that. I just don't like that direction. I don't like it. I don't like the Uber movement, the Uber sustain. I don't like it. I don't think it's needed. And I wish that they would stop doing it, because what's going to happen is, now that she has it, if she has it, it's going to be hard to balance, and it's going to be hard to make another tank without it. Now, her ultimate looked like she just jumped up in the air or did some sort of super big sword swipe thing. And honestly, whatever, that's all cool and wonderful. But it's just like this jetpack thing. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't like it. Why is my melee tank flying? I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't like it. Get it out of here. See, and then it's like, I don't want to say it's part of her ultimate, because it's a punch. It's animated like it's a punch. And I don't see her punching up, because what's up there? Like, what do we have in Overwatch that's up there? Pharah, Mercy, Echo maybe. I don't see her having a move specifically designed to propel herself in the air and punch up. So it's got to be some sort of movement. I'm so against it. Not even just because it's unhealthy. Not even because it's a bad ability. It's just broken. We don't need a tank doing that. Because hear me out. If she's able to do that, okay, as a melee tank, why the fuck can't Reinhardt just fly in charge like he can in Stadium? So, again, this is just speculation. I don't see them putting that in here and not implementing it into her kit. I'm concerned, and I think that this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. Listen, either she's about to be insanely broken or flop. I don't think they want her to flop. She's a very, very big character moving forward, and her backstory, she's just big in the gym. Like her backstory, her direction in the future of this game, it all is heavy, and it has a lot of weight. I love the villain, how she's accepting it. I love the nickname Lupa. I love everything about this character. I really do. Fingers crossed that she is a tank. I don't see her being a DPS. There's just no goddamn way. Whether she's broken or not, I will be there playing her. They got me. I hate 5v5. I hate 5v5, and I hate how they have to make super tanks, because it's really ruining not only the perception of playing tank in this game, but it's just making me as a tank player in Overwatch super bitter, because I know that my characters are either going to be super broken or super stupid and weak, and it's just not a fun dynamic to queue up for and try to do, because you already know she's going to be some form of meta. So, and they're going to do something, because there's plenty of things we don't see here. We don't know her passive, we don't know her health pool, we don't know her damage, we don't know her cooldown, the cooldown length. Like we don't know. We don't know her kit. So really, until that drops, we're not going to have any idea. But regardless, thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I am hopeful. I'm optimistic about this. I think she's cool, well-grounded, basic. It's a story that people can get behind. It's a common theme. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. Well-rooted, well-grounded. There are like a couple of other concerns outside of that, but it's not a big deal. I might address that in another video. But regardless, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next video.